session. So fine. Welcome to Arctic Solutions. On behalf of Arctic Solutions, this is the first batch. Earlier, we used to have trainings on behalf of some other training institute and all. So now we have initiated. So happy to start with that. Yeah. So there are some laggings on the promotions and all. So anyway, we are gonna start so that the other process will be taken place. That's gonna be. We are gonna take care about that. And before starting the actual trainings, right, the topics whatever which I've discussed as part of the demo session, would like to brief about would like to brief about few other things like some important information to know, like training approach, what kind of support and how to enabling the offerings, and role and responsibility comparison. Example, like if someone is already working in EBS environment or already working in that environment would like to convert to the cloud area, and what is FSM, what is global search, and how that is going to be compared with EBS and fusion system. These are some fundamentals like creating a users, what is the use of creating a projects, how shall we identify the employee user as well as the implementation user? What is the significance of that? Yeah. All these things which we are going to demonstrate today as well as the tomorrow. Before starting the actual training, starting from the general ledger, if you understand this, definitely it will be helpful to you. Like what is a version, which version we are going to discuss about, and also once you started working on the real time, how to verify that, what is the importance of the geographical information. All these things we are going to demonstrate today and tomorrow. And day after tomorrow onwards, we are going to start with the actual configuration. So what are the configuration we need to consider first, how that should be. So I'm going to open one regular real-time work kind of cutover plan sheet, and I'm going to demonstrate this so that it will be easy and correlate that. So guys, just whatever which are going to discuss, one request is try to be do your preparation from the day one, whatever the duration upcoming 2 months, just try to plan yourself, be regular, and also allocate some time for the preparation as well, so that definitely it will be helpful to you and it will help prepare yourself better and also understand the process better. Okay, that one suggestion which I wanted to share it to you, because this is a common approach, but I don't want to repeat on the same, I mean, on the same thing in the coming days. So as we are initial, so that just I wanted to demonstrate that. Okay. Target to complete at least 2 times practice. For example, here we are going to do the implementation, right? And the transaction process. Try to complete 2 times to end-to-end flow for all the modules like GL, APAR. And anyway, we are going to share the theoretical information and the interview questions and the general entries information. Once you prepare all these things, then later you can go ahead and refer that so that you will get a good overview and theoretical also very good, so that that will be very helpful too for your interview preparation and internal discussions time. Okay, any other support required, definitely we are going to discuss about that. Okay, fine. Maybe in 1 or 2 days I'm going to conclude the WhatsApp group with the members who are going to be part of regular to the sessions, so that all the communications will be communicated in the WhatsApp group while you're doing your preparation and all. If you see any challenges or any other questions which you come across, you guys can go ahead and post them. Okay, that would be the general approach. Okay, fine. So, are we good to start now, everyone? Before starting, any questions, please? Lucky, your good name, please.
Sir, I'm Saujanya, sir.
Saujanya. Okay, okay, fine, fine,
Yes,
fine.
sir.
Yeah. Fine. I see some different name. That's okay. Fine. Yeah. Try to be very regular, Saujanya, sessions to be
Yes, sir.
okay.
Yes, sir.
So let's go ahead and start with that. So guys, when it coming to the reality, until unless if you are not having a good subject, even though if other people are gonna be help you, but if you know the subject, definitely it will be helpful to you end of the day. Okay, that just keep in mind. Yeah, fine. So first, let's go ahead and start with the training approach. So okay, in there are a lot many people are there gonna be trained and all, but when it coming to our approach, so we are gonna consider like one country. For example, let's take US, United States, or maybe India, or else maybe Saudi Arabia, whatever the country which wanted to do the configuration. Yes, we can go ahead and do the country end-to-end configuration. So in our case, US would be the common country generally which everyone uses. So same we are going to use that. Whenever you do your preparation, it's your choice which country you wanted to pick it for, either India or else maybe any other country. Yes, you can go ahead and pick it for. Okay. So for example, you're starting one business in the US example. So you are started using the application called Oracle Cloud. From starting or from scratch onwards, how that should be configured, what to be the consideration which we need to take it. All these things we are going to discuss. It will be helpful whenever you guys are going to be start working on that. You don't have, I mean, I cannot say that 100%, but definitely, yes, the dependency will be reduced. That level of configuration from the scratch. And in real time, for example, if you have the activities that can be done by the HCM team or that can be done by the SCM, supply chain management team. But even though here there are no other teams which are available, example like here we don't have any other teams, right? Example, SCM guys are not there and SCM is not there. Example, how to define the procurement agent and how to define the employee. All these things we are going to cover, so that Oracle is going to give a flexibility where even though other people means particular specialists which are not available also, we can go ahead and do that on behalf of them, so that simultaneously we are understanding the, I cannot say that more dig on the process, but at least whatever dependencies which are there from the other teams, we can go ahead and get it. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about. So here training approach, that should be the consideration for US. And I'm going to open one sheet where the cutoff plan, how that to be considered and all. I will showcase that. Okay, fine. So this is about on the training approach, and also the training approach would be, for example, any topic which are going to be discussed. For example, let's take accounting calendar. What is the definition of that? What will be the task list? And what would be the any prerequisites which you need to do that. Everything we are going to discuss before starting that particular activity. When it comes to transaction process also, if I wanted to perform auto posting, what are the configuration to be there, how to do the testing, all these things we are going to discuss as part of the transaction process. So the training would be that much detailed discussion can be happen. So we are going to target like 1 week or maybe 8 sessions general ledger and 2 weeks maybe AP. So just leave that to me. So the duration I'm going to take care about it. 2 months I will target to complete it. And simultaneously I need your support also to attend the sessions if required. Weekends also, like long sessions maybe 2 hours and 3 hours. So that we are going to achieve, in case if instance is not going to be support and all at that time, that would be the expectation. Okay, well, so that on the training approach would be that. Okay, so and job opportunities and the role hierarchy and all, which I've already discussed as part of the demo. So let me talk about one more time here. So this would be the general hierarchy system. Hierarchy is nothing but positions in the organization in the consulting stream. Initially, like who is going to be fresher or maybe up to 1 0 to 3 years, maybe they are maybe staff consultant, like associate consultant, and the consultant and the senior consultant and the project lead, the technical manager, senior technical manager, delivery head, global delivery head, director, senior director, CFF, chief financial officer, and CEO, chief executive officer. This would be the generic hierarchy in the Varagil consulting stream. Wherever you go, either if you go to Tech Mahindra, either you go to Wipro or some other companies, yes, whatever. This would be the generic of hierarchy in general. I cannot say that 100% this should be here and there. The role name should be different. Instead of calling that as a project lead, they can call it as a technical lead. But this would be the generic hierarchy system which follows in the Oracle consulting stream. And when it coming to the packages also, this is somewhere, just I updated based on my experience. Here and there, maybe 1 lakh, maybe less than 1 lakh, maybe more also, or 1 or 2 lakhs. That is totally depends on the discussions. If the interview went well and the requirement is there, you may demand it. If you're not having the opportunity at hand, sometimes we may need to join with less packages also. That is totally depends on the situation. So case to case, person to person. Okay, this would be about your hierarchy as well as the packages. Just have taken consider for project lead. After that, maybe you can add 3 to 4 lakhs for each position. Okay, from delivery head level, along with that salary, the companies will issue the shares and all. That is something based on the company's performance. Okay, well, any questions so far? Are you guys are clear and are you guys are following me? Hi, Anil.
Yes, we are
Any
following.
okay. Any question?
So,
Just yeah, go ahead, please.
yeah, so Nivas, just wanted to know one thing is that what is the percentage of, scope of getting a job in Oracle as a fresher, like uh, in as a fresher consultant, as
Fresher
compared
cons
to other ERPs, like,
so fresher consultant in the sense like for example you are carrying end user experience, but even though you wanted to start as a fresher, that's what you're saying?
yes, yes.
Or maybe who are completed graduation or maybe whatever MBAs or whatever, for them you are asking for?
No, as a end user and they want to jump into this
Yes,
consulting.
yes, definitely they are gonna consider the profiles.
Okay.
Okay, so but one thing you can say here, one thing I can say here is you need to understand here if you are ready to join as a fresher, even though after carrying a 6 or 7 or 5, whatever the accounting experience, definitely they will look for. Maybe for example, end user experience package would be maybe 8 lakhs. Example, I'm just taking one number.
Yeah.
So definitely they're fine to give you because you know the communication, you know how to write emails, you know the team handling skills, all this should be. Along with that, you need to have a good understanding on overall concepts. For example, let's take I'm a consulting manager in the same company, some XYZ company. We are
Mm-hmm.
end user. Rather going for the freshers, for example, like maybe college graduates, or else maybe 2 3 years accounting experience guys, or
Mm-hmm.
else some through consulting process and all. One person within a company 6 7 years is already working, or 5 years already working, is
Yeah.
having a he or she having a good knowledge on the application process. If I go for at least some touch base points on the to know the subject person, and if you are not, if you are able to answer properly, definitely why should I go ahead and look for the other people? The company people is already their recruitment, because if you recruit from the other side outside, we are not sure they may join. There are a lot of challenges, but one thing I can say, yes, opportunities would be there. Internally we need to try our thing, that is internally, and
Ah.
externally also we need to chase the people. One time, two time, don't think about what others people are going to be think about. We are
Mm-hmm.
looking for the opportunity, definitely we need to chase. So whenever I notice kind of fresher openings and all, definitely I will let you know. I will update in the
Okay.
WhatsApp group. You guys can go and update yourself. So that look for the opportunities, very important. Looking for the opportunity simultaneously, understanding the concepts, knowing the subject well. This is our first priority that I always recommend. Okay, today the people realized, earlier maybe some people may do on behalf of them and all. Now today those people also, the who are guided them that kind of information, now they are realizing today, don't chase the jobs, you look for the opportunity. I mean, don't chase the job, opportunities will come whenever you have a subject. That kind of commitments, that kind of comments they are that kind of comments these guys are using this. I'm from day one I'm standing with this. the people who are done all these things then again come to the final stage, so that that level of what I can say, filtering which is happening these days. Okay, are
Yeah.
you clear now?
Yes, yes,
Yeah, yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. Fine. And the interview question is support URL and any challenges while doing your preparation and all that I'm gonna take care as part of the, once we are gonna create a WhatsApp group once the batch is finalized, so that you guys always update your challenges and all. You can update it, and of course once the training is completed, resume I'm gonna prepare it. So basically, I will share some sample resumes. An interview question is theoretically how that, what kind of questions and all. So we are updating. We are having some old version interview questions and all. We are gonna update the latest one by batch completion time. We are gonna target that. So we are gonna be more focused on the resume part with the multiple resumes we are gonna finalize. So that whatever which is going to be set for your experience and all, you guys can go ahead and choose. We'll share one or two sample resumes to every individual. You guys can go and look and update. In case if you guys are available in Hyderabad, you guys can come and meet in person also, so that we'll spend and we'll talk that way also, to address the open queries. That will be easy. And of course, you are maybe outstation, definitely you guys can go and reach out to our phone or WhatsApp. No, we are going to support that one thing. And the URL for preparation, we are going to share the URL. The URL is going to be keep refreshed because that is something which is not in our control. So whenever the instance which is got refreshed, if you guys notice earlier prior to me, just let me know so that I will share it. Or else, if I notice immediately, I will check and I will share it. Okay. And support, like as I said, preparation, practice, and all that can be, and recorded sessions will be shared. So yeah, the for example, today the session is completed. We'll share maximum within a 1 or 2 hours, because of me you guys don't want to depend. Okay, you can't. So immediately once the session is completed, it's going to take 15 minutes to download that recording. Once that is complete, I'm going to share that in the YouTube link. That can be accessed to only list of people, whatever you guys are gonna give a email ID, so that I will gonna share it, so that you guys can go ahead and you'll get a notification. You guys can go ahead and refer the recording. First initial 1 or 2 days, we'll test that. Once you guys are comfortable with that process, you guys can go ahead and use the same thing. Okay, that should be private access. I'm gonna share for some videos, maybe public purpose can be used, but you will get a notification so that you guys can go ahead and refer the recording on the same day. That I'm going to take care about that. Okay, in case if I miss that, please chase me, no problem. Just chase in the sense, just update in the WhatsApp group. Sometimes maybe work pressure, whatever, so it will happen, right? So just update in the WhatsApp group so that immediately I can go ahead and check that. Okay, I mean, one person is going to come to take care all these things. Okay, I will take care, but in case maybe if I'm busy with that, the other person is going to be take care all this. Okay, support person will be there, and all other practical challenges also Rajesh should be there to take care and all these things. Okay, I will be support, but simultaneously he will also will be there. Okay, on this part. Any questions on this support area or any other challenges which you guys have? If you guys are good, let me move on that. Okay, fine. So I'm considering that no questions, right? So next, offerings and options. Can anyone please elaborate what are offerings, what are options, please? Can you please speak up, guys? And another thing is, try to speak up as much as, so that to understand the process better. Okay, if you guys come up with open queries, definitely I'm gonna try to share the information as much as whatever which I come across with my experience. Okay. So what is offering and what is options? Can any one of you please? Any idea? In case if you guys, at least if you are not aware, maybe just say no. That's also fine, because everyone is here to learn the process and all. Definitely, if you are aware, don't think about either it's a wrong or maybe it's a right and all, but so just your knowledge, so that at least you guys maybe understand, okay, this was my assumption, but this is going to be the actual thing. So that way you guys, learn the process. Yeah.
So offering or
Um,
option, I guess it's related to like what Oracle is providing us in terms of like financial modules, ACM, procurement, uh, these modules that Oracle are providing us.
Yes, yes. You're similar, you're correct. The whatever you said, yes, your understanding is correct. Yeah. So let me elaborate better. Okay. So basically offerings. Offerings is example, let's take here. Somewhere that should be there. Yeah. Okay, fine. No problem. So here, if you see, financials is one of the offering. Supply chain management is one of the offering. HCM is one of the offering. PPM, project uh, portfolio management is one of the offering. Okay. So financial accounting is one of the offering. Example I'm considering. These are all you can call it as the offerings. Offerings is nothing but the bunch of options which is called as offerings. Example, under financials. Under financials. What options we have? You can call it as a options or else you can call it as a modules. Okay, modules. Example, let's take GL, AP, AR, FA, cash management. These are all the options or modules you can call it. In EBS terminology, we used to call that as a financial modules. Now in cloud terminology, we are calling this as a financials is one of the offering under which these many options which are there. Offerings is nothing but the bunch of options is going to be part of the offerings. A simple definition. Okay, for example, SCM, procurement, inventory management. Example I'm taking, okay? In case HCM, options management, compensation management, okay? Payroll team, like that, okay? So this way, same way here we have PPM, FH also, but yeah, this three example will be good enough to understand the concept. Okay, the core financial modules would be this GL, AP, AR, FA, CM, and other modules like example like SLA, tax, are gonna be intercompany, are gonna be other modules, but these would be the core financial modules in the financial modules. These are all the core modules. So once you learn these processes, depends on the project or depends on the company, you may need to support with the respective module. For example, let's take maybe Anil is gonna be recruited, for example, some let's say GenFact example. So the client is small. Anil along with Abhishek both are for the same team. Example I am considering. Both may need to take care about 5 modules. Or else officially Anil will take care about this and these 3 modules will be taken care by the Abhishek. Example I am considering. Or else if the client is big, running a business in more and the load would be high, in that case, each module wise separate consultant also would be there. So whenever the companies are going to be recruited, okay, you may get a question, okay, if I wanted to become a specialist in AP or if I wanted to become a specialist in AR, yes, you can focus on that. But simultaneously, whenever the companies are going to be recruit the people, they are going to verify the knowledge in all the areas. Today, my requirement should be AP. If maybe 1 month or 2 months or 6 months, once the project is completed, they may need to move to AR or else maybe FA or else cash management based on the opportunity. For that reason, every module is going to be important. Yes, one other thing I wanted to add here is the more opportunities in accounts payable and account receivable area. Because every organization is going to be depends on the AP and AR. FA and cash management, yes, maybe 50%. So for example, 51, for example, one person is recruited, example, one employee, FA and CM supposed to be, because the work wise, the load wise also going to be bit less compared with AP and AR. GL is also going to be similar, but more instead of, for example, let's take in one project, AP people, at least 3 people are there, maybe FA for one person or GL for one person, because the dependency would be less. because this would be the more challenges which you come across on day in day out processes. For that reason, more focus will be API and AR. If you want to do the certification also, recommend to do API and AR. Okay, so if a GL you want to do that, you can do, but AP AR first priority you can consider. AP you can consider first priority, then AR you can go for it, then later GL, then followed by the other modules. Okay, so are you clear with the concept of offerings and options, how that should be handled now? Or any questions in case if you have?
No, it's clear from my end.
Yeah, just speak up, guys, all of you, Pradeep, Saujanya, all
Yeah,
of you.
clear.
Yeah, in case any questions, please. Okay, so that I understand. Okay, you guys are following me. Okay, so based on your response. I'm very closely gonna be monitor, guys, every individual. Try to be, just be proactive. Upcoming 2 months, just automatically the subject will come. Okay, fine. Next, application look and feel. Basically, in EBS, basically that is server based, right? Server we need to maintain and all, but this is like a web based. Everyone is having a email ID, right? Gmail ID or else maybe Yahoo, whatever. So generally, how we are going to do that? Simply, we can go ahead and create our account and we can go ahead and log in. So that is free of cost. Yes, we can go ahead and log in anytime, mobile or anywhere. Same way, Oracle Cloud also, it's going to be web-based. We can go ahead and log in from anywhere in the world. Okay, but this is something paid service. Why it's a paid service? Because it is going to be related to your organization activities. So you are running an organization, you wanted to track your financial information, what is coming in, what is going out, you wanted to track your assets. End of the day, you wanted to submit your reports to the government just to showcase how much sales which you have done, how much purchases which you have done, and end of the day, how much tax you are paying to the government, and how much salaries you are paying. All these things we need to record. That is something, it's not at all gonna be happen kind of you maintain the Excels and all. So if I maintain Excel, yes, I can do whatever some manipulations I can go ahead and do that. But here, when you do the when you use the ERP, if you do all these things, system is not at all going to be accepted. Okay, we need to have this with the proofs, then only that will be recorded. For that reason, definitely we need to maintain the ERP. How that should be? Application look and feel. So basically here, this is web based. So how we are going to log in your Gmail? Same way here also. Once you subscribed with the Oracle, yes, example, let's take I wanted to start with one company with 2 crores of investment. Example. So I wanted to invest like 40 lakhs for the ERP. Example, I'm just taking one simple number. 40 lakhs ERP. So 40 lakhs, Oracle is going to provide the offerings like AP and AR and GL. Only these three modules can be support. Or FA also, just consider that. This is a small organization. It's a 10 members or 20 members organization. I wanted to track everything. So they based on your subscription, like yearly or maybe 5 years or whatever, so that they can go ahead and give access to you. How the access can be provided? They are going to provide one URL, credentials, user ID and password. They are going to provide. So once you get it, you can go ahead and log into the system. You can go ahead and start doing your own configuration. Example, like creating a user, assigning the roles, start doing the configuration. How that to be handled? Let me go ahead and showcase. So let's take you subscribed, how that should be. Get it, what I can say, the user ID and password and credentials. Okay. So here you can see this way they are going to share. This would be your URL example. Okay. Let's consider this, and the user ID password also they are going to share it. How shall I go ahead and see that? Let me go ahead and showcase here. So here, this is your user ID. Okay. What I will do, just give me 1 minute. Let me stop share, and because password I want to note it. 1 second. Okay. Because I wanted to log out and I wanted to showcase so that everyone should be clear. In case if you have them already aware how to log in and all, but there are few new to the system. For that reason, better we can go ahead and let me check that. So yeah, example, let me copy this. I'll share the screen now. 1 second, I've copied. Okay, fine. Okay, let me reshare it. Yeah. Please confirm, able to see?
Yeah, yes, no.
Yeah, fine. So here if you see, let me log out from here, okay? Just I wanted to showcase from the start, from the starting. So, okay, fine. I received a URL. Let's go ahead and copy this and the credentials. Okay, I will share this Anil with you. Just last night I forgot to send you. I sent everyone, the other people, but I was missed you. Okay, fine. So here, this is the user ID and this is a password which are going to get it. Okay. So the moment once you sign in, the application is going to be logged in. This is a demo instance. This will be the common, but it's very tough to get these instances and all. So yeah, because that's how the Oracle is maintaining. Yeah. If you see here, this is how the application look like. This you can call it as a navigator. You can call this as a navigator. From here, you can go ahead and navigate each and every activity. Example, receivables, general. These are some defaults. We have not assigned any rules and all. Some defaults features should be there. Intercompany, cash management and all. We'll discuss how whenever you create a fresh implementation, how to assign the roles, before assigning the role and after assigning the role, how it should be and all. We'll discuss about it. But try to understand what is this navigation and all. This you can call it as a navigator. Either you want to navigate from here, example, to this general page, you can navigate it from, or else we have an option to click on this home. If you navigate from there, if you navigate from here, both will be directed. See here, sales, example, this user name. Okay. For example, tomorrow once you created with your name, that will be showed. Example, like Saujanya, you created. You can go ahead and see this. Okay. So here, general date, general accounting. See here, navigate from here or you navigate from there, no problem. Fine. And here, this is your favorites. For example, to navigate general accounting and journals, we are coming. So if you wanted to set that as a navigate, for example, once I click on the journals page, the journals page would be directed. Okay. So rather coming to here, rather coming to click on this journals or else maybe from the navigation. So here I can go ahead and set this as a favorite. Let's say, okay. For example, if I click on, I've set this as a favorite example. This page, favorites, add to favorites. So example, journals page. So earlier how we come here. So we navigated, like let's click on home again. We have come here and we have clicked this, or else you can go ahead and click on this. Okay, any of the things. Okay, either you can do it from here or else you want to do it from here. But I set that as a favorite. So go to that page and you can just click on, see this journals page, so that no need to. So here, for example, let's take one person is dedicatedly working for the journal entries. They can go ahead and set as a favorite. Same like in EVS, how the top 10 should be. Here also, I can go ahead and have a number of favorites based on. Another thing, for example, this is your favorites and reset items means whatever in the last 24 hours which the user is logged in, example, journal page logged in, users page logged in, roles page, all these things, whatever which are logged in, that will be shown here. For example, journals now open. In case you don't want to go from favorites, you can go from here also. That should be fine. We have that kind of flexibility. Okay. This is something like as a watch list, so that in case any watch list notification will get it. And this is something notification. For example, let's take some XYZ person is created the journals, or else they created the invoices, or else one password is reset happen. So we'll get a notification. So for example, let's take Adesh is a person where is supervisor of, let's take Pradeep example. Once the Pradeep created the AP invoice, so that's supposed to be directed to Adesh, example, invoice approval. So Adesh will get a notification here once that is created by Pradeep. So that way you can go ahead and click here, I can go ahead and approve it. That is one part. And simultaneously, the moment once it is approved by Adesh or rejected by Adesh, again Pradeep will get a notification. So that all the notification will be addressed here. So this is something like availability and all. This is something that's not required. And here, this is your user. So here it's not at all going to show full name. For example, let's say some Nivas example, NS that will be shown. Example, some other name, whatever. Here you can see SCMIMPL, right? HI that is going to be shown. Okay. And there are few things here you can understand. Let's talk about that later, but there are setup and maintenance, why it is coming, and I will discuss about that. And also here you can see the about application. This is the one, very, very important. 1 second, guys. 1 second, let me minimize it. About application. This is very, very important. So currently the version is 25C. This is the latest version till today. What is 25C? What is 25D? Any one of you, can you please share your thoughts on this, please? The versions. What is the reason behind it? 25C. Why 25 number as used?
Every quarterly we have changed, right?
Every quarter the application is gonna be upgraded. Yes.
Mhm.
So in a year there are 4 updates should be there. Example like January to March, April to, this will be followed US calendar, okay? Because the Oracle is a US product. April to June, July to September, and October to November. So even though we are in July, we are in August, even though 25C updated, means they are doing in advance, okay? So basically 25 is a year indication. 2025 means 2025 means 25 means 2025. 25A, 25B, 25C, 25D. So every year, for example, next year 26A, B, C, D, like that. This way you need to ensure the versions. 25C is the latest version currently the application which are using. The same thing whenever you do the application in the real time, you need to ensure to check the version from here. Okay, 25C is the latest version. Okay, you may get a doubt. Today we are on 25C and tomorrow 25D. What the changes? For example, every release, Oracle come up with new features. How that new feature is going to be introduced, that may receive earlier from the business clients. Okay, if you implement this feature, it's going to be helpful. They are going to consider it, they are going to do the analysis, and maybe that request may not come in the last month request or maybe one quarter. So that may received 1 year ago. So to implement that, to test that internally, Oracle product team would be there to test all these things. Once they tested, then only they are gonna be do in the releases as part of. Okay. So that way the application changes. This is one of the better activity they are doing this, so that simultaneously what is happening, the new features are going to be releasing based on the customer's request or Oracle product team. If they identified, if we introduce this feature to the clients, it will be helpful. And sometimes country specific implementations also can be done. Implementation in the sense new features, I mean, for example, US, some tax related, some they wanted to implement, so US related also. Whenever the new features are going to become, every quarter the Oracle is going to be release the notes, so that you guys can go ahead and verify that whenever you work in the real time, we need to understand our client business. Whatever the features are going to be released, is that correlevant or is that going to be helpful to our system, our client system or not? That way we need to do the analysis. We need to give a demonstration. What are the features which are released, why that is not suitable for our existing business, why that is going to be suitable for existing business. We need to analyze, we need to do the proper analysis, then only we can go and give a demo, so that they can understand. If they are okay, we can go ahead and enable the features. Some features they default need to be enabled. If you use, if you don't use, no problem. That is not at all going to be effect. Okay, that's how the releases can be happen. This is one of the better activity which Oracle is following. Hoping that application look and feel and the versions update, all these things you guys are clear. Are any doubts on this, please? Shall I consider no questions so far?
Yeah, I'm clear for my side.
Yes.
Yeah. Fine. Adesh, are you following me? Abhishek, are you following me, everyone?
Yes, it's clear.
Yes, yes,
I'm considering that I'm following. I mean, you guys
yes,
are clear
following.
with. Yeah, fine.
Yeah, it's clear.
Yeah, fine. I mean, sorry to chase individually, just I wanted to check it, okay? So don't take other way
No,
around
no,
when
no,
talking, yeah, please. Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
It's clear.
But just I wanted to check with the individual wise. That's what just I'm taking the names, okay? Because here we are considering we are working like as a team. Consider that way, okay? If you are good in something, try to help others. If you are some XYZ person is good in some, try to help us. That way, just try to improve your team communication skills also, in the duration of our course discussion. Okay? Fine. And other thing is like enabling the offerings. Okay, this is also very because these are all fundamentals, guys. Whatever which are discussing before starting the actual regular training, I can go ahead and simply jump to the regular course. But these are some fundamentals you need to understand because most of the people are going to be lagging here. Who are going to be come to the organization, right? Maybe as a fresher or experience. Sometimes they might not aware all these things. Okay, so this would be the very what I can say. It's a good to know information, and simultaneously it's going to be very important also. Okay, fine. How to enabling the offerings? For example, yes, you subscribe the application. Well, I wanted to implement the financials. How to enable it? Until unless if you don't enable it, you cannot go ahead and use the application. How that should be? Let's go ahead and do that. So come here. Let's say setup and we'll talk about setup and maintenance later point of time. Why it is coming and all, but try to just follow this activity, how to enable the offerings. This would be your FSM page, you can call it. Okay, here under which you can see all the modules like financials, field service, accounting hub, help desk, procurement, product management, all these. Okay, PPM, project financial management, public sector. These are all services which you're going to be providing. Okay, so let's take financials. Okay, under financial you can see all other things, example like payables, payments, cash management, transaction, tax, expenses. For example, fixed asset you wanted to configure, you can go ahead and do all this mandatory activity supposed to be complete as part of the fixed assets. On task, if you click it, whatever which are optional also that should be shown. Or else you wanted to configure example receivables. This would be the mandatory configuration which you need to do as part of the AR implementation. If you wanted to do other some dependencies like the optional task and all, you can go ahead and see this. Okay, this way you can go ahead and check it. This is your FSM page, functional setup manager page. We'll talk about more about functional setup manager later point of time. Just try to understand about the why I'm navigating under financial, what should be available and all, what are the tasks I can go ahead and check it. That way you can go ahead and check it from here. Okay, I wanted to enable the offerings. Example, initially, yes, I'm going to support for the client. They have subscribed it. So setup and maintenance. So don't worry about the navigations. Once you start doing your preparation hands-on, automatically you guys will navigate. Okay, so you'll feel a bit comfortable. Okay, setup and maintenance. And setup and maintenance, you can come to actions. Here, go to offerings. Knowing the navigation is very, very important, guys. So you'll get to know by doing a better preparation and hands-on. Okay. So here I wanted to enable the financials. So here, the moment it's a test instance, by default, this should be enabled. Here, the moment you can see here, this is enabled. Until unless if it is not enabled, for example, let's take customer loyalty in case you want to enable yes. By default, all this is going to be, by default, it's going to be enabled here as is a test instance. Okay, in the real, see here, and also if you see all these are available as a test instance, but in the real time, whatever the offerings which you wanted to use as part of your client, those only can be available here. You cannot see all this. Okay, this is a test instance, demo instance, I can see all. But in the reality, whatever restricted or whatever limited, whatever the offerings which you have done for your client, those can be available here. Okay. From where here you can come here, you can go ahead and enable it. Okay. Let's click on this related documents so that if you see what would be the task for each and financial modules, you can go ahead and download in the Excel. Any related business objectives you wanted to check it for, you can check it for. And also whatever the associate features which are there, you can go ahead and download it from here. Okay. Example, setup and task, whatever which are updated as part of the general ledger here, all those should be there under which. Okay. Rather download it from here. So of course that bit, if you see that and all, you will confuse it. For that reason, whatever which are required as part of the real-time implementation, we have captured all these things and we have updated it here. But I'm just showcasing in case you wanted to go ahead and refer this. Yes, you can go ahead and refer this. Fine. Okay. Under financials, what different offers which are going to offering options which are going to have? Guys, under financial offerings, what different options which are available? Can any one of you please? We discussed, right, offerings part now. So what different options which are available?
Under financial, we would be having fixed assets accounting, general ledger accounting, accounts payable, accounts receivable, then cash management.
Perfect. You're correct. So under financials, based on the need, for example, let's say my client wanted to have a subscription only for payables and receivables. Or even though I subscribed all 5 financial modules as part of the financial, but I wanted to use only for AP and AR. How that should be and all, you can go ahead and check it from here. Okay, so you in study. This page is having some issue, that's okay, but yeah. Come back here again. Setup and maintenance. Generally, we have an option to enable particular AP or AR, or you don't want to enable any other fields. Yes. Let's say not in features. Basically here, this is something maybe in this instance, something we are having issue. But here you can see that accounts payable, description and setup action. So here you need to just, we'll see one checkbox. Okay, enabling and all. Or if you want to disable, yes, we have option to see here. But generally this page looks like this is something enabled. This page looks like it's got changed. When we try to open this also, it's not working. Maybe let me try to check it. But yes, we have option to check that and all, but this page, particular this instance, it's not showing. Okay. Let me redirect one more time, setup and maintenance. Go to offerings, financials, and features. View opt-in study, the moment once we click on this is directing, but it's not showing. Okay. This may be some page issue. Maybe this will showcase later, but yes, from here you can go ahead and enable it. Okay. So from where you need to go here under financial, what module you wanted to enable it and all. Yes, that flexibility which you have. Something here it is not showing in this particular instance. In another instance, whenever it is applicable, I will show this, or else I will try to take one screenshot. I will update in the WhatsApp group so that you guys can go ahead and the moment once I click on opt-in feature, here the list should be displayed and you can go ahead and enable it and disable it. I will take the screenshot. Here it's not having, but in my current environment, whatever which I'm working, I will take the screenshot. I will update in the WhatsApp group. You guys can go ahead and refer it. But this is something you guys to know. Okay, we are not going to do anything in the test instance. Yes, you can go ahead and enable, disable it, but ensure that in the test instance you never disable anything. For example, let's take Abhishek, just to test for the test person, accounts payable is disabled. Example, I'm telling you. So once the moment it is disabled, accounts payable task cannot be available on their and whenever you try to create accounts payable activities, so that you never touch that. But we have a flexibility to enable and disable it. But in the real time, anyway, we never do that. It's a one-time activity. Once this is enabled, that's it. We never go ahead and do the necessary modification until unless if you have any some exceptions. Okay. That's how you can go ahead and enable the offerings and options, and under which how many you wanted to do that, and all based on the requirement we can go ahead and do that. Okay. So that the screenshot is not available, I will share that screenshot in the WhatsApp group. You can go ahead and check it for. Okay. After clicking on the opt-in features, one page will be open from where we have a controls. Okay. We'll discuss about that. I will share that screenshot. And the roles and responsibility concept. Anyone is having idea on this roles and responsibility concept, please? Anil, you might have an idea on this, right?
Yes, Nivas.
Yeah. So what is the difference you can see here?
So in EBS, like we used to call like responsibilities
Mm-hmm.
in EBS. So in
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Fusion, we have a role-based
Mm-hmm.
mm, like a job role, duty role, and abstract role in Fusion. So
Mm-hmm.
we don't use the responsibility concept here. We use a role concept.
Yes. In EBS, we used to have a functionality called as a responsibility. In cloud, everything can be managed by the roles. So in EBS, total, for example, general ledger activity which you wanted to perform it, or accounts payable activity which you wanted to perform it, or receivable activity which you wanted to perform it. Yes, we need to define the responsibility. Then only you can go ahead and perform that activities. But when it coming to cloud, for example, AP related, accounts payable related rules, or account receivable related rules, or general ledger rules, or fusion expense rules, or maybe tax related rules. Every module will have their own significant rules. We can go ahead and assign it. Once you assign it, the user will get a privileges, so that user can go ahead and perform related to that particular role related activities. Example, accounts payable manager role which are assigned. So immediately the person can go ahead and get access, user can go ahead and perform related to AP. That way the roles are going to be play very key role in this. Until unless if you don't provide the role, you cannot go ahead and process anything. That level of importance which you have in the role. There are different role types, example like seeded roles, abstract roles, duty roles, job roles. What is seeded role definition? What is job role? What is duty role? What is abstract role? And what is a custom role? All these things, we have a separate session on the roles part as part of the AP. Once the AP module is completed, we are going to talk about the roles part, that is custom role. How to define the role from the scratch, customizing the role. Okay. So the roles and responsibilities compared to EBS and cloud, there everything is going to be responsibility level. Here everything is going to be role level. Until unless if you don't provide the role, user cannot go ahead and perform anything. So here there is no concept related to responsibility. Everything can be managed by the roles only. Okay. So that's all about on the roles and responsibility concept. Because this is something we are already worked on ABS, they might already experienced it. And also, if someone is new, just you need to understand the responsibility as well as the roles concept. Okay. And FSM page. This, as I said, what happened? Okay. This is your FSM page. Let me just remove all this. This is your FSM page. Okay. Functional setup manager page. How that to be navigated? FSM page is a single platform, I can say, or single page or single way to start doing your configuration related to all the modules. For example, in coming to when it coming to EBS, we need to, for example, GL related activities you wanted to perform, you need to direct to GL responsibility. Or if you wanted to navigate to AP responsibility. And if you wanted to perform anything related to cash management responsibility. Okay. So we need to navigate that particular respective responsibility. I can go ahead and perform. For example, if I am in AP responsibility, I cannot go ahead and perform CM related or else maybe GL related or some other module related. But when it coming to cloud, that flexibility which we have, this would be the common place where you can go ahead and use. For example, if I wanted to certify the manage accounting calendar, this is something related to general ledger. I can go ahead and do that from here. This is related to general ledger. Or else if you wanted to query something related to AP, that is also can be available here. So that it's going to be single platform where you can go ahead and search it from. So whenever you do activities from this FSM page, whatever we are trying to do that, right? There are other ways or other way around also we can go ahead and do that. Means multiple options. For example, manage common options, or else maybe manage accounting calendar, or any other things, payment options, or else maybe if you see here, payments related, disbursement, payment codes, or any receivable activities, example, payment terms, or any other things. Okay. So receivable activities, system options, or if you want to define the customers, all these things, either you want to do it from here, you can do it from this one of the majorly, I can say 90% of the cases, the activity can be used from here. The task can be used. Every activity will have their own task code. If I wanted to perform the accounting calendar navigation, this will be the task. If I wanted to perform the deployment, this would be the task. If I wanted to perform the roles, this would be the task. I mean, perform this is assigning the roles. Okay, every activity will have their own task. So that can be navigated from here. This is FSM page. And other way around is global search. So 90% of the task can be available from here. 10% of the tasks we need to navigate from here. Example, let's say here, the same page, you can say search it. And don't confuse, like, if I navigate from here, if I navigate from there, no challenges at all. Both will be directed to the same page, manage accounting calendars. You can go ahead and see here, manage accounting calendar, right? So either you navigate from here or either you navigate from FSM page. This is your global search, right? So let's say done it. This is your FSM page. Example, let me go ahead and show this manage accounting. I'm taking one simple example, okay? So let's go ahead. So if I navigate from here, or if you navigate from global search, no difference. Both should be same, but we have ways to do that. Okay. Another one is like from the project. From project also you can go ahead and do that. You can go ahead and define the project for that. That we are going to discuss later, find out time, because the project is not ready now. So tomorrow we'll discuss about on the project. Okay. This is all about your functional setup as well as the global search. Don't confuse in case someone says search from the global search or FSM page. Simply you can understand this is your FSM page, because terminologies are very, very important, guys. Whenever you start working on that, someone may say that, okay, I cannot able to see this from the FSM page. Someone say that, yes, you can go ahead and search from the global search. Don't confuse. Global search is nothing but simple. And the same, don't ask like, what is global search? That will, create some kind of opinion. Okay, this guy may not have a good enough, experience in this area. And that kind of thoughts will come. So for the reason, you never give a chance to others in the reality. You can search it from. These are some basic fundamentals. That's what I said, right? Initial of session. These are the basic fundamentals should know before understanding about our actual discussion. Okay. So let's say this functional setup as well as the global search. So far, are you guys are clear? Are any questions, please? All of you. Whatever which I've discussed on the topics. On the approach part, our offerings enabling, roles and responsibility comparison, and how to check the versions, all these things. Are you guys are clear? Or any
Clear.
questions? Yeah. In case any
Yes, sir.
questions, in case any questions, please, okay? Raise your hand or else you can go ahead and just raise your query. Okay, fine. So this is all about the activities which I've discussed, and let's try to understand about the user creation example. Okay, rather user creation, what we'll discuss, project creation we'll discuss about. Okay. We'll talk about user creation tomorrow as a fresh topic. And immediately, once that is completed, we'll try to understand the enterprise structure. If possible, we'll try to start with the configuration. Okay. By opening the cutover plan and all. Okay. Fine. Let's try to understand the project. Project creation is not mandatory, guys. Project creation is not mandatory. But if you wanted to track the activities in the Fusion system rather maintaining the Excel, yes, you can go ahead and do that. How to define the projects? Okay, let's say here, for example, let's come back here again. A home page, you can navigate it, under which go to setup and maintenance. We'll talk about setup and maintenance tomorrow once the user is created. This page will be open, under which manage implementation project. Generally, we are navigating from here. We have navigated from the global search. Other way around, as I said, right? I'm trying to complete it. So let's go manage implementation project. Example, let's take, okay, these are all the existing projects which are already available in this instance. In the reality, you never see these many projects are available because every client, they maintain one or maybe two or maybe three, each based on, for example, HCM, Human Capital Management, they manage one project. Financials team, they manage one project. Or SCM team, they manage one project. Or else, all these three offerings also going to be part of one project. Example, let's take Arctic Solution Implementation Project example, under which you can go ahead and have all these offerings. How to add that, how to create a project, and let's understand it. So here, let's say I'm trying to create a project. It's not mandatory. Again, I'm telling you, it's totally depends on the business requirement. If they wanted to track it, if they wanted to maintain it, you can do that. Or else you can simply ignore it. Example, A is our starting number, name, AORG Tech. This is our naming convention going forward. Okay. So implementation project, one, consider that. Or else we can say underscore US. This is our project. Okay, the naming convention. My company name is AR Tech. A why I use because the naming convention, just I wanted to start with A so that whenever I try to query, that will show in the top as per the alphabet. For that reason, I'm trying to use the A. Artech is our name, our training institute name, and implementation project. For US country, I'm considering this would be the naming convention which I wanted to use it for. Description you want to update, you can do that. Maybe like end-to-end, maybe whatever you can do that. By default, this project should be assigned to HCM IMPL user because this user is logged in. For example, let's take here 5 people are there. Maybe example, let's take Nivas will be the lead example. We can go ahead and assign to Nivas, but ensure before assigning that user should be available in the system. Without creating the user, if you try to assign it, that cannot be possible. Someone is acting as a project manager or working as a project manager, definitely the user should be there. Here we have a flexibility to assign it to whom. For example, today, let's take I have assigned to XYZ person. This project duration is 6 months. After 3 months, the person is moved from the project, or else the project, the responsibility is changed to XYZ person to ABC person. Yes, we have flexibility to change that. Instead of SCM IMPL 1, IMPL 2 also you can go ahead and assign it. That kind of flexibility which we have. This only for tracking purpose, the organization can be maintained. Okay. And start date also, if you wanted to consider it, which date and end date, you can go ahead and update. For example, today, if I update an end date as maybe December 31st, so after December 31st, I cannot go ahead and navigate these activities from, it's not like that. Only for just to track the information, for that reason only we are maintaining this. For example, if I put as a today also end date, yes, I can go ahead and do that. If I try to give a old date, system will not be allowed. Okay, even that is also accepting. Okay, so let's consider 19 is end date. Does not matter. System won't understand. This is something which you are gonna do for our internal purpose. Okay, let's say save and close. This is the project which is created. Okay, the moment once it is created, that will show here. 1 second, it's getting save and close. It's not mandatory, guys, just to understand the process. Just I'm trying to explain. In case your client is already using or else they wanted to use that, yes, you guys are always welcome to update it, and it's not at all going to be huge impact. Okay, with this work-wise, nothing in fact, I'm telling you. Okay, this is Artec's this is a Artec implementation project which is available here. Fine. Today it is showing in the top. Tomorrow you guys start doing your preparation. Example, it's like you create some XYZ project or some ABC project that will go in the down, right? So today we are getting that showing in the top. Tomorrow or day after tomorrow that may reach somewhere. So either I can go ahead and search it from here, or else click on this overview. The moment once I click on overview, the projects which are assigned to this particular user. Anyway, this is assigned to our user. For that reason, I can go ahead and simply click on overview. For example, this user assigned multiple projects. For example, Artec implementation project 1, 2, 3, like that. All this will be shown here. You no need to go back and check it here. Simply you can click on overview. What are the projects which are assigned to this respective user login, whatever user login, you can go ahead and see that. Okay, this way you can go ahead and create the project and assign to the user, and how to verify that in the list and all you can see from here. Okay, this project is created. Under this project, what offerings you wanted to cover it for. The status is also available here. Example status, it's not started, work in progress. All this also going to be available here. You can see this. Okay. Okay, this project, as I said, the project which is created. So here, Artec project which I have created. This project may need to take care about, this under this project, I want to track it related to all the modules. Example, let's take financial, I want to track it. SCM, I wanted to track it, or SCM, I want to track it. Example, I'm telling you. Or else, A project US finance, example, underscore finance, underscore SCM, underscore HCM. Yes, these projects also, this also you can go ahead and segregate it. You can go ahead and have a number of projects. That is also possible. If the one person is handling one project, all these projects, a manager is one, SCM and finance and SCM, better you can create one project. Or else even the one person is responsible for 3, means manager is 1. Even if you wanted to create it separate projects, yes, you can go and assign to the project manager. That is also possible. No issues at all. System will allow. Okay. So that way you can go ahead. Okay, fine. Here, when it comes into our case, I wanted to add it. What I wanted to add it? I wanted to add it the financials offering. Means under this project, I wanted to implement the project. What financials you want to cover? You can put a cursor here. You can see, configure how you manage financial flows, including assets, ledgers, cash cycle, invoices means invoice payments means AP, account receivables, AR, collections is also one a part of AR, sub-ledger accounting and tax. Assets, ledgers, cash management, cash cycle, all this should be. Okay. So the moment once I select it, apply, done. Once it is done, automatically that will be available here. So that if you wanted to navigate the task, either you can do it from here, example, from the FSM page, manage accounting calendar. This is part of financials, right? You can search it from here. Example, I'm showcasing just to reconfirm one more thing. This is also completed. And also you wanted to add other modules like procurement. Example, I wanted to consider procurement also part of this project. Procurement, spelling is incorrect. Spelling also going to be matter, guys. Okay, let's say apply done. Let's say okay. See this way. So that every module or every offerings, I can say rather, modules is nothing but some part of offerings, but modules offerings are nothing but it's total entire bunch of offerings, right? Of options, right? Example, procurement, finance, the same way like SCM you can do. So here, once this is, for example, wrongly mapped, yes, we have flexibility to attach, delete that also. That kind of flexibility which we have. For example, procurement is not part. Okay, Artec implementation project, this particularly for financials which are tracking. SCM IMPL user is a manager. He wanted to check, he or she wanted to check or track everything from here. Yes, this way also you can go ahead and delete it. Okay. So under financials, you can go ahead and check it for all the activities, common applications and all. This, whatever which you see here, you can go ahead and download it from the offerings option. We have seen that, right? From where we can download all these things. Okay, fine. Here, manage accounting calendar, I want to search it from. So as I said, three ways. One is from FSM page. One is from global search phase. Another one is from here, accounting calendar. So does not matter either you do that from one benefit. What you can expect here is from the project manage accounting calendar. If you wanted to know the definition, yes, this one of the best feature which you have, best flexibility which you have. Manage accounting calendar. The definition: review and update accounting groups, accounting periods, and the create new groups. So here you can go ahead and click on this. Manage help content means you can understand here how accounting calendars are validated. So here basically this way you can go ahead and dig it. And let's click on this question mark. Let's click on this question mark. Okay. Here, go to task. Let's click on this question mark. The page will be open with the description. Is that open or not? Okay. Manage accounting calendar. Manage accounting calendar. Okay, see. Manage help content. Here you can see that accounting calendar options and all. Yes, this page will be directed to this, like docs.oracle.com. You can get a more details. So, and what is the definition of that and all? Okay, define an accounting calendar. This way you can go ahead and have each and every activity, that kind of flexibility which you have in this cloud system. If you do that from the projects, any task you want to take it, so definition would be there here. So that what will happen whenever you work in the reality, if you see any challenges and all, you can come here, all these things, start date, and for example, let's try to do that one, try to create one new calendar. I'm not going to create, just I wanted to showcase. Go to task icon. Let's say add it. So what other fields which are there? Example, name, description, and all. You can see this. Name, description, start date, period, frequency, adjustment period, period name, format. All these things should be there here. So that each and every definition should be there here. Start date, how you wanted, period frequency, how you wanted to, adjusting period, period name, format. So anyway, we are going to discuss as part of the implementation, but still you wanted to understand any particular activity. I'm taking one example, but any other things you wanted to dig it, yes, this way you can go. This is one of the best activity or best feature or best flexibility which we have. Okay, everyone can easily go ahead and refer that. Yeah. So this way you can go ahead and. So we have covered so far, like defining the project, assigning to the user, updating the statuses, update the start date, end date, as well as how to assign the offerings under the project, how that can be mapped and all, right? All the things can be controlled from the project. Okay. Anytime you can come here, you can go and update it for. Here you can see the task. How many tasks which are there? 1084 tasks are there. Where I can check it? You can go ahead and check it from here. All this, under which this is one of the tasks. This is one of the tasks under which you can go ahead and have this run and synchronize. These are all the tasks. Same way here, 1084 tasks which are there. Once activities which are started, that should be going to be updated automatically. Like 1 is completed, 2 is completed, and like that. Okay, this is a kind of dashboard. You can see not started, in progress, and all. You can see here not symbol identification. Any status tracking by the task list, you can go ahead and refer it for. Okay, under which common options level and banking configurations, invoicing payments, these many 129 tasks, expense related. This way you can go ahead and check each and every act. Guys, these are some fundamentals. It's not required to know, but if you know, that is well and good. Okay. This way you can go ahead and define the projects, assign the offerings to the project, assign the user to the projects, and update the statuses. All these things can be controlled from here. Okay. So 3 ways you can create it. One is from project, one is from the FSM page, another one is from the global search. Okay. Okay, where is it? User creation, sorry, not user creation. Project creation is done. Hoping that is clear for you or any doubts. Do you feel that which activities you are discussing, are you able to follow everyone? The importance of each and every activity. Saujanya, Adesh, Anil,
Yeah.
Pradeep, yeah?
Yes, yes, yeah.
Yes, sir, we are following.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So until unless you work in the reality, you never know that, guys. Okay. So these are some fundamentals, even though 10 years, 12 years experience or 5 years, well, maybe application does not matter. Even if you work for 1 year or 2 years does not matter. How much scope, how much, what I can say, scope to work on the application, that is matters. Few people, maybe 2 years, 3 years, maybe work on only AP. Few people may dedicatedly work on FA. That is totally depends on the client. But the reason people try to enhance their knowledge and try to look for the other opportunities with the best packages. But that reason the market is always, it's going to be floating. If one person is join in one company, no one is going to work till retirement, right? That kind of flexibility which you have in the private. Okay. And now, of course, some native, what I can say, some negative finds also there, some positive finds also there. So based on our, what I can say, our experience or our requirements, we need to just move on. Okay. Fine. With this, what I want to do here is I wanted to stop the session here. It's already 8:20. Tomorrow we'll try to create a one user, test user, and the importance of the role. Once that is completed, how to verify the employee user as well as the implementation user. Maybe first half an hour we'll try to complete this. Then later we'll understand the enterprise structure, how the enterprise structure should be followed in any organization. Then later we can go and start doing from the activity called as enterprise definition. Of course, this is something related to the HCM activity, but no one is there. We'll try to understand about that. Okay, is that clear, all of you, please?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Adesh, Anil, hoping you guys are so clear, but yeah. Okay, guys, so what I will do, yeah, I will share this recording and Anil, I will share your MC50, whatever which we discussed, I will share it today. I will take some time and I will share it today. So you guys can go ahead and start doing your preparation. And in case any other questions you have, please let me know or you can reach out to me so that, I will clarify all your doubts. Okay, maybe tomorrow or else maybe day after tomorrow, I'm going to create one WhatsApp group so that all the communication will be communicated. Okay. As I said, sessions will be Monday to Friday, 7 to 8:15 or 8:20, maximum or 8:30 maximum. We are going to conclude it. If you follow this kind of approach, within a 2 months time, we'll cover every topic in detailed discussion where the training approach would be today, how we are discussing. Same discussion can be happened till last day of the session. Okay. I mean, last topic of the session. So only the thing is, just you need to be more focused and need to be more, take time yourself and do your better preparation. That I can suggest always. Okay. Because you guys know better the approaches and all, you guys can go and take care about that. Okay. Fine. Any other questions before concluding? If you guys are good, then see you tomorrow, same time and group, and we'll continue from the user creation, followed by the enterprise structure, then the configuration. Whatever the topics which are discussed today, in case if you have any questions, just make a note. If you have any questions, we'll discuss maybe first to 5 minutes and we'll try to close all your open queries in case if you have. Okay. Take care and have a good day. See you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.